Hello, everybody. Welcome to another podcast episode of Alice Mike's Podcast. We have a new music Friday for July the 23rd. July the 23rd. We got new music that got released. And we will be recommending what's new music came out and talking about a certain topic at the end. Just wanted to thank everybody for listening to this podcast all the way from East Coast, West Coast, North, South, and everywhere in between. Thank you so much for listening to Alice Mike's podcast and just letting everybody know. Instagram and Facebook, name's Alice Mike's podcast. You can send me messages, shout outs, anything you want. Please don't be shy. And and then also I have a YouTube channel, Alice Mike's podcast, same name. I upload some the content of these episodes onto there and actual some videos. Some I would say I'll just either personal, not personal videos, but videos of either bandas o conjuntos or just stuff that I come across. So you just go ahead and check it out. The YouTube channel is called Alice Mike's Podcast. You can check out some videos there, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. And hopefully you guys put a like and subscribe to the channel. Really would appreciate it. And you guys haven't missed the episode last week. I uploaded a conversation with Anita number 2. Much requested adventures of Anita, aka Mom. Just new adventures of her and her adventures in Sinaloa, Mexico, and some of the here in the United States. But go ahead and check it out. That's conversation number 2 with Anita. Number 1, quite popular. If you haven't listened to it, please listen to it. Don't forget the other conversations with Corny, which is my dad. We have one about hunting. We've got about some type of illicit business. Really interesting. Him growing up in Sinaloa, and hopefully I can get him down here one more time and talk about more stuff. Talks about his life as well. Then we have we have a series of conversations with El Compa Horacio. It's my brother. Which generally just talk about music, eras. Just overall, just I would say Mexican American culture and Mexican music, norteño. Banda music, go ahead and check out those conversations. They're quite interesting. And of course, you got the Music Fridays, and I actually have a conversation with Jasmine, which current college student. We talk about the difficulties and with this going to college during COVID and all this, and quite interesting. So go and check that out as well. It's all in the past episodes of the podcast. So whenever you got time, go ahead and check out these conversations. They're quite interesting. And of course, there's many more to come. I just wanted to kind of do a little review of the stuff, and be the first time hearing this podcast. Well, thank you. So we're gonna be and all the songs that are recommended on this podcast for Alice Mike's Podcast. They are not uploaded, but they are added to my music playlist on Spotify. It's called Alice Mike's Playlist on Spotify. The name is Alice Mike's Playlist on Spotify, and they're all the music I recommend, all the new music that I recommend is placed there. So you guys go ahead and check it out. And we got new music came out on Friday, July 23rd. So I'm just recommending new music that came out, and just go from there. And again, thank you for listening from wherever you're listening from. And so here we go. So I'm gonna start off with El Commander. He came out with a song called La Temporada. Good song. It's recorded right. It's it's all in the name. It's called la temporada. Its song talks about la temporada está buena para sembrar. ¿Qué es lo que está sembrando? Pues that's up to you. That's up to the interpretation. But yeah, I mean, it sounds good. It's a good corrido, and let me see. And it's composed by him, Commander, El Commander, aka Alfredo Rios. So yeah, go ahead and check it out. It's called La Temporada. And then as I was looking at his collaborations or so, I really like this song that he I believe it came out like 2 years ago, but it's called Los Coroneles. It's El Commander with Marcelo Gamis, and yeah, and it's with la banda they play with is Los Coyonquis de Sergio Tapia, which Coyonquis, they have a grabación, they have a recording with Lauro El Gallo, and it's like the way they play, it's they definitely have their own style, like when it's Coyonquis playing. Anybody listen to 90s banda, they Lauro El Gallo and whoever else they played with, they have a distinguished sound. And so listening to them play again so many years later, and they still have that, you just listen to it like, oh yeah, that's Coyonquis. So that was pretty cool to kind of listen to it, and after so many years that they still play the same way. Because you're talking about more than 30 years, so it's rare to have a banda that still, I don't say it plays the same, but still has that same, how do you call it, flavor or so, or this a way to playing a style. Especially since I would believe it's not the same musicians. Maybe there's one or two. So yeah, so I was recommending this song too. It's called Los Coroneles. It's a corrido. It's Marcelo Gamis and El Commander. But I love the way the banda Los Coyonquis play or interpret the song. It just sounds cool, and it just reminds me of like 90s corridos type of, Lauro El Gallo type of, El Gallo de Sinaloa type of, El Gallo de la Sierra. I don't know, but that I don't remember the guy's name, but yeah, that type of style. So yeah, go ahead and check it out. All right, from there we're gonna jump on to Los del Norteño Banda, aka Julián Álvarez. There's this their album came out, but they're naming it, their artist name is Los del Norteño Banda. I'm guessing it's a workaround for Julián Álvarez. If you guys don't know, Julián Álvarez has some legal issues. Won't get into it just because I don't really know much about it. Not that I know much about it, but I just don't want to give false information. Probably want to look it up. So that I think this is a way that he could still make money, I guess, or help out his fellow musicians. But yeah, so the album came out. I like the song called Incomparable. It's definitely a romantic song. It's a really nice romantic song. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the lyrics are great, stuff like that. It's the only really song I liked. The rest of the album was just typical, I would say Julián, but like typical new Julián. I want to say like old school Julián. Much more romantic, slower. I would say a little disappointing. I was expecting, something, I don't know, más variado. Yeah, definitely más variado, or just, but hey, some people might like the album. The album is called Incomparable. Go ahead and check it out. The only song I liked is called Incomparable. So yeah, go and check it out. But again, the whole album is there on Spotify or whatever streaming services you use, or you want to go buy it or whatever it is. I mean, it's out. So just let you know, there's a new album of Julian Alvarez, but it's under the disguise of Los del Norteño Banda. All right, so from here we go to a potpourri. It's a grupo called Grupo Corrupta. Y se echan un potpourri de los Canelos de Durango, which se echan corridos de Olegario Chaides, Mario Aguirre, and then they end off with Cada Día Más, which is definitely not a corrido. But yeah, they it's ahí juntan las tres canciones. It sounds pretty cool. Man, definitely a lot of grupos playing Canelos right now. A lot of Canelo music, which not bad. Canelos de Durango. I mean, they're still playing. Unfortunately, one of the main members, the accordionista, passed away. I think close to 10 years ago already, or close to it. Great composer. Yeah, and then we still have original Canelos are still playing, and then we got the Canelos Juniors playing as well. But now we have quite a bit of grupos playing Canelo music, which is, hey, it's good. I mean, I don't say it's a resurgence, but it's I think the Canelos type of music is becoming quite popular. The style. If you guys don't hear, there's a lot of conjuntos de Cozalá that kind of have that, Cozalá, Sinaloa, that kind of have that style. Of course, Durango. And conjuntos de la Sierra también. They kind of have that, they have el acordeón de teclas that looks more like a piano que el de botón. So yeah, I mean, so just recommending this one is a Grupo Corrupta. Se echan un potpourri de los Canelos de Durango, which they sing Olegario Chaides, Mario Aguirre, y Cada Día Más. All right, so now talking about conjuntos that have the Canelos style. Los Austeros de Durango. I believe they're cousins with at least the accordion player is a cousin with El Fantasma. They came out with the album called Piezas de Antes. So it's going to be Piezas de Antes Volume 1. Their covers, of course, popular covers. And I definitely recommend. I'd recommend the album. It's a good album. They have the song called "Por qué te portaste mal." It's called "Por qué te portaste mal," which Canales released like about a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, and it was quite popular. But then one of the first times I heard it with the Los Norteños de Cozalá. El Comparacio had a CD of them. He knew of the music from the 90s or so. That's the first time I heard esa canción de ¿Por qué te portaste mal? And so, I heard Canales sing it his way. I liked it. It was pretty cool. I wouldn't say the Norteños de Cozalá, the original ones, no. But that's the first time I heard it. And now Los Austeros de Durango play it. Their own style. Definitely recommend it. And another song I recommend, it's called one of the, I think, staples of banda Sinaloa, not just banda sinaloense, but just Sinaloa, La Pasadita. Or just canción del norte, they of course they play their own style. There's a lot of different styles. One time I even heard it in cumbia. Didn't like it. Yeah. But if you ever hear La Pasadita con los porteños de Badiraguato, de Don Miguel. The recording with that tuba player playing La Pasadita, yeah, it's one of the best played tubas ever. The way he plays it is just amazing. And I have video of him playing it, but unfortunately, it's not the best quality. I really wish I could somehow improve it, but over the years, the tape just, man, I wish I could have taken more care of that video, especially the audio, because al aire libre he's playing La Pasadita, and it's just whoever has heard the recordings of Los Porteños or know about the tuba player that I'm talking about. Yeah, it was amazing. It was awesome. This guy just platica la canción. It was awesome. But not to deviate from that. So another song I recommend is La Pasadita. And then there's another one, Dinero Manchado, and Serenata Huasteca. So yeah, but the whole CD is good. It's Los Esteros de Durango, Piezas de Antes Volumen 1. Yeah, go and check it out. The album is definitely recommended. Los Esteros de Durango. I mean, they're they're signed to Afinarte Music, so you see them touring a lot with either El Fantasma or Voz de Mando, Canales. I don't know if Potro Sinaloa is still signed with them or not, but I know Potro was with Afinarte as well. Yeah, but and live, man, these guys they sound awesome live. Yeah, definitely a big fan of them. Seen them two to three times live, and always enjoyed them. Awesome. Los Austeros de Durango, and they really know how to keep the crowd going, and hacer buen ambiente. All right, so from there we go on to single by this grupo called Grupo Escolta y la banda Pura Calidad. They sing Que te ruega quien te quiera, which of course it's a cover, but the banda sounds great. Sounds pretty good. It's a live album. It's not album, live single. And that sounds good. They do some arreglos that you're like, wow, like you could add to a song. It's especially a song that is popular. It's a song that was quite popular with El Recodo. So popular songs like that. It's hard to come up with something new when it's so embedded in your mind that that's how it should be played. So Grupo Escolta, featuring la banda Pura Calidad, and the name of the song is Que te ruega quien te quiera. And then last but not least, the last song that I'm recommending is it's a repeat, but hey, it's a potpourri, okay? Potpourri covers son Los Amigueros de la Sierra. I really like how these guys play. They have their own little thing going on. I want to say call it Sierreño, or I don't know what they call it, Campirano. So it's based on there's accordion, guitar, navajo sexto, a guitar, and a bass. So se tocan La Pasadita, Celos del Viento, y La Rubia y la Morena together. So go ahead and check it out. I know La Pasadita is played by, I just recommend La Pasadita para Los Asteros, but these guys play a little bit different, and it's a potpourri. And it was a new release. So I know we're repeating a song or so, but go ahead and check it out. These guys have their own little style. If you guys think they sound like somebody, please let me know. You send me a message through Alex Mike's podcast on either Instagram or Facebook. But I know they sound close to other agrupaciones, but not too close, and they're kind of I think they have their own little thing going on, and just wish them luck. It's because it's I would like to hear them with the drum set. because right now it's just three of them. Just just the accordion, the guitar player, and the bass player. And I think it would add to their music or to their grupo. But but if they stay that way, I mean that's fine as well. I'm just curious to hear them how they sound with the drum set. Um, but then you could say same things you could say about Los Alegres de la Sierra, and I mean they never had a drum set. They've been the way they play. Again a guitar, accordion, and a bass, and that's them. So yeah, pues a ver qué pasa. And then little hot topic I got going on, or the what I want to talk about today. I'll say get in my soapbox, or just just want to talk about I'm more like wondering, or just want to know, do people know the difference between banda sinaloense and tamborazo? Because I have had experiences where I'll say other people, or just people in general, and I'm not saying it's ignorance, it's just people just don't know, or they've heard it from other people, but the difference between banda sinaloense, when una banda sinaloense is playing an instrumental, una tocadita, ¿verdad? And when there is a banda that it's tamborazo, they're playing their music, which is a lot of time is instrumental. It's instrumental. But do people know the difference? I definitely know the difference, just by the way the instrument section is. A banda sinaloense, or just say a banda, consists of clarinet, most of the time 3 clarinets, 3 trombones, 3 trumpets, a tuba, they call it contrabajos, but I don't know the official name of it. Then they have the guy in the tambora and the guy in la tarola, 2 drummers, and then a singer if a singer is needed. But that's banda. That's a banda, right? A banda sinaloense, there's a certain style that is played. There's a certain songs that people play that you could say they're staples of a banda sinaloense. Now, a tamborazo, it's almost the same. It's almost the same instruments, but you replace the clarinets with saxophones, right? And the tambora never stops playing. It just bam, bam, bam. It doesn't stop playing. That's why it's called tamborazo, right? Banda sinaloense, tambora stops, and then they have the melody, something could be, 2 instruments going on together, and then the way that a banda, I'll explain to you why I'm saying banda in banda sinaloense. A banda plays. So there's 3, the people that carry the melody, it's either the clarinets, trumpets, or trombones. But when they play together, they're not all playing the same note. In tamborazo, they are. Okay? They're all playing the same notes, right? And in banda, what they are is let's say one trombone is playing a high note, another trombone is playing the low note, como si fuera un dueto, like if it was a duet. One's playing a high note, alto, y otro bajo. And then so when they play together, it makes one note. That's that's the difference of the sound. That's why the sound is so, I would say, like pleasurable, because it's like it molds two sounds together. You know. Um, so hey, I'm not, and again, don't definitely want to talk down on tamborazo and stuff like that. It's just personal taste. Hey, there's people that not people like tamborazo, but people don't like banda. And then, hey, that's their opinion. But I just was talking about the difference. You know, um, you get a good, just like a good banda, a good tamborazo, man. They know how to turn up a party. Definitely do. But just be aware that there's a difference between banda and tamborazo. Even though the elements are kind of the same, then but the way, like the style of play is different. It's quite different. For me, it's like way different. But some other people, they might not see me that way. But at least I want to give some tips to know the difference. So somebody's like, oh, I really like how the tamborazo played. But then they're talking about banda, and like, hey, that's banda. Just letting you know that's not tamborazo. And not to like seem rude or mean about it, but I mean it's just educating, just spreading the knowledge. There you go, spreading the knowledge sounds better. And then when I say there's a difference between banda and banda sinaloense, there definitely is, and it all becomes styles. Like una banda sinaloense, there's a certain way the trombone plays, los adornos que hacen, the playlist of songs that they should know, the instrumental songs that the banda should know. It's they should be able to play instrumentals as the same ones that singing it. If you want to hear El Salsa y La Palma instrumental wise, they should be able to play it instrumental. Again, if they want to sing it, they can sing it as well. But that's the thing with Banda Sinaloense, they should have that option of instrumental. You want to hear Mi Nuevo Cariñito, but you tell them, hey, but I wanted instrumental, tocadita. They should be able to play it a tocadita. Igual como La Vida del Hombre. They should be able to play like Amores de Julia, La Merejilda, of course, Zapateo, like La Cuichi, El Palo Verde, of course, El Sinaloense. This like Perla, Perla Azul, Cinco de Chicle, El Agualulco. A ver, ¿cuáles otras canciones, man? They're just Ofelia, El Prieto, ya se estaba tu Prieto, it's just one of those, Colorado Amigo. I mean, it's just these songs that, just, La Pasadita. But just kind of songs that if you're gonna title themselves as Banda Sinaloense, they should know those songs. And or at least it's expected of them to know those songs. The agrupación, if it's titled Banda Sinaloense, because then there's other bandas. Like example, there's like Banda Triguera from Sonora, awesome banda. But they don't call themselves Banda Sinaloense. But I mean, if you hear them, you could almost be like, man, that's you would think they're Banda Sinaloense, but no. They just call them Banda Triguera, and I'm quite big fans of them actually. Check them out on Spotify. They have good unas canciones no canciones, but albums de puras tocaditas, and they've been played with Valentin Elizalde before he got his banda, and when Lalo Gallos too, con Joel Elizalde as well. So, and then we have like banda, what's it, Monarca de Michoacán. Man, they play so good. Se echan unas canciones that you're like, damn, like, yeah, a different style, but they play really good, And then we have banda de Vientos de Jalisco. Yeah, they play excellent too. I mean, but they don't give themselves the title of Banda Sinaloense, of course, because they're not based out of Sinaloa. But they, sometimes they have their own little style, their own little songs, and not little songs, but their own songs, their own style. That's great. I mean, another banda that's quite popular, Banda Cusillos, talking about making those style. I mean, they have keyboard, they electric guitar, their cumbias, they're tarora players. I mean, he's awesome. But they have their own style, Cusillos have their own style. Pero, I mean, parecen videos donde se echan sus instrumentales, sus tocaditas, and they're awesome. They're overall, but they have their own style. They have their own crowd. Yeah, I would definitely go see them, because I think they're unique and they have their own style, and it's good to distinguish yourselves from other bandas and stuff like that. But so I kind of want to just talk about and I got this topic because there is of course I don't want to bash anybody, but talk bad about anybody, and just wanted to stay as positive vibes, keep positive vibes as possible. And I like when music is shared throughout the world, and other people from different countries try this, try to play either Mexican music or el regional mexicano, and that's awesome. Music is to be shared, and yeah, but there's this banda from Colombia. They call themselves like Banda Sinaloense. I think it's like MV or Banda Sinaloense MV. And I was intrigued. I'm like, oh wow, like okay, like they call themselves Banda Sinaloense. All right, so let me see what they play. Yeah. I don't think they should just call themselves Banda whatever, Banda MV or Banda. Take off the Sinaloense part. It's not that you're not based out of Sinaloa. It's like you're not even attempting to play like a Banda Sinaloense. Like you don't like, they're not even trying to play the instrumentals of Banda Sinaloense. Like, just take off the Sinaloense part of it, and let's just call yourself Banda whatever the name is. Don't associate if you can't hang. But it's good that there's the banda genre is spreading out. That's awesome. I saw a couple of videos in what is that? I think it's El Salvador or Guatemala, with la banda MS played over there, and they invited the musicians up of a banda that's from that country, El Salvador. I think it's from El Salvador, to play with them, and I think that was amazing. That's awesome. And yeah, that's cool. But this other banda from Colombia is like, just take off that title, take off the banda Sinaloense, just call you guys yourself a banda. There's no shame on that, and there shouldn't be no shame on it. I just don't understand why they call themselves Banda Sinaloense. So that's where I got the topic about. I got the idea of the topic. Talk about that. And then I had the topic about the tamborazo in banda, what's the difference. And yeah, so well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this podcast. It was informational, huh? Este and yeah, hopefully you guys not recommend. Oh, hey, hopefully you guys recommend my podcast, Alice Mike podcast. Definitely appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully you guys listen to the music on Spotify, on the playlist, Alice Mike's playlist, Spotify. Well, the new music for July 23rd. And yeah, so there'll be more episodes coming up of either Music Friday or conversations with different people. Thank you so much for all the support, and yeah. So again, don't forget to check out House Mike's podcast on Instagram and Facebook, and también on my YouTube page, House Mike's podcast. Yeah, on YouTube, go ahead and check it out, and yeah, thank you so much for listening to everybody. Yeah, thank you for all the support and listening, and ay poquito poquito, the audience is growing. So yeah, I just want to thank you guys, and have a good one. Have a good week. Have a good weekend. Whenever you're listening to, be safe. Drive safe. A lot of people listen to these podcasts while you're driving, so just be aware of your surroundings. Drive defensively, not offensively. Yeah, just be safe out there on the road. Just take care of yourself, and how I like to end it off. Don't forget to smile. Don't forget to smile in the world. Nobody smiles back. Hey, get in front of a mirror and smile back at you. So at least somebody's smiling back at you, right? All right, and then we got a new way to ending these podcasts. All right, Sammy, say goodbye.
Thank